My humble pranams ada Lotus Feet of Swami. Today we will look into the verse 19. Om Śrī Sāi Yasaḥkāya Shirdi Vāsine Namaḥ. Salutation to Śrī Sāi, who was famous in his previous body as the resident of Shirdi. Can I have our member from group 1 to read the content? Can I have Brother Udaya Kumar to read the content, please? Thank you.
Yes, Sairam.
Sairam.
As the morning of March 23rd, 1940 dawned in the village of Puttapati, 14-year-old Satyanarayana Raju began materializing sweets, flowers, and food for the members of his household by a simple wave of his graceful hand. Hearing of this, his father confronted Satya, demanding that he reveal who he was and what he was doing. The young Satya's unexpected reply stunned him. I am Sai Baba. Sai Baba of Shirdi was virtually unknown in Puttapati, and so the father could not understand his reply. But as time went by and the young Satya became famous as Sri Satya Sai Baba, he was surrounded by ever-widening circle of devotees, including devotees who had known Shirdi Sai. They were drawn again to Baba at Puttapati because they recognized in him the same universal love, profound wisdom, and miraculous nature of the Sai who lived in Shirdi. Baba's divine love flowed again to all as a constant stream of materialization, healings, and astounding miracles. As at Shirdi, Bhagavan Baba taught that all are embodiments of the same divinity that he is. Fill every act with love. Let no one suffer the slightest pain as a result of your thought, word, or deed. Let this be your spiritual practice, sadhana. For you are all, you injure yourself when you injure another. You are Sai, and all too are Sai. How can the hand pluck out the eye of the body to which it belongs? I have come to light the lamp of love in your hearts, so that you can, with the light, see Sai everyone. Sri Satya Sai Baba taught us to love all, serve all, as he is present in all us, in all as love, which he said is our true self, Atma. Sairam.
Sairam, brother. Okay, all right. Thank you, Brother Udaya Kumar. Now we come to the self-reflections. The questions given to us. The first questions. How do you see and recognize the Sai in your relatives, friends, and all those you meet? What change would this bring to and how you respond to them? Question number 2. How has Baba's teaching that he is the one self in all transformed your life thus far? Okay. The same, okay, all right. For these first questions, I would like to call Sister Doreen to share with us her story. The story on how recognizing the Sai in all had helped her to overcome a dire financial situations during the 1997 Asian financial crisis. And at the same time, Sister Doreen will share with us also how she recognized Swami instructions, whereby this is 35 years ago. Yeah, and Swami will in the guidance in her personal life, in her working colleagues and her maid. Okay, thank you, sister. Over to you now.
Sairam, everyone.
Sairam.
Yeah. Okay. This happened 35 years ago. That was a time when I had just come to know about Swami. And at that time, could y'all hear me? Yeah.
Yes. Yes, sister, can.
Okay. So at that time, in my office, one by one, 6 of my colleagues, over a period of 6 years, developed cancer. So it was a very painful time when I had to see them in this state of suffering. And this was, we were all very busy in the corporate world. So stress, working late, missing meals, eating fast food were some of the risk factors. So, but at that time, I didn't realize, but Swami was actually showing me a lot of things that he wanted me to experience and also know. I'm thankful to Swami that I did not have these health problems, but seeing another person having it, it made me realize a lot of how my life is developing. So what happened was, eventually in 1998, during the Asian financial crisis, all of us, 90% of us in the office were retrenched. So at that time, I had 2 children still in school, and I had a Filipina maid, a widow who came to me, and she had 3 children to support back in the Philippines. So when I was retrenched, I kept praying and kept asking Swami, what should I do now? Now that I'm retrenched, for me and my children, I can survive somehow on my savings, but for my Filipino maid, the salary I gave her, so my main concern was for her and her children, because the following year, if I did not have an income statement to support her work permit renewal, she would have to go back to the Philippines. And what would she be able to do? How is she going to support her children? So I was very worried about that. So my next thought after the retrenchment was to go to find Swami. So I went to India looking for Swami, and I ended up 24 days in India. Just couldn't come back, even though my plan was to go for 1 week. And so I was brought to Kodaikanal and then later Whitefield. But actually, this was Swami's plan for me, which I didn't know at that time, that he was showing me things that I should do. And during that trip to Whitefield, for 10 days I was there. Somehow it was Vesak Day celebration. And so there I met people who were instrumental in shaping my life later on. People like Sister Lorraine, Dr. Jodo, and Dr. At Ong Jum Sai, who gave me a direction of what I could do, you know. But at that time, of course, I didn't know all that. And after Swami gave me Pada Namaskar, after the Vesak Day celebration, I came back. And Swami showed me exactly 24 days after I went, a huge sign when I was in the taxi, what I should do when I come back to Malaysia. And the sign was actually the name of my former client. So I was very surprised that my former client had opened up a huge facility, factory, and research center in India. So when I came back, I went to see them, and I was offered, and actually I didn't have to work a 9 to 5 job, but I became a consultant. And from there, I could retain my maid, and she worked for me for 38 years. And finally, this year in April, she went back. And by this time, her son is now in his 40s. He is a successful marine engineer, and her granddaughter had also graduated. So it's that feeling that I was more concerned for her and her children than for my children that came because of Swami. Swami helped me see things in a different light. Yeah. Thank you, Sarah.
Thank you. Thank you, Sister Doreen. So Sister Doreen have answer, how she sees Swami, how she experienced, how to see Swami in her own circle. She's true and she recognize Swami instructions and Swami will and just follow through, and that how she so ending up, have a good relationship with his mate, this is, thank you so much, sister, for your sharing. Second, I would like to call is Sister Raji. Sister Raji, are you in the call?
Yes.
Yes. Thank you very much. I would like to call up Sister Raji. And Sister Raji, please share your experience. That you see Swami in everyone, in your father, mother, husband, children. And once you wanted to know whether really God really exists or not in everyone. Okay, all right. Sister, please share with us your experience of starving without food. Okay, what happened next? Thank you.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Yeah, there's unconditional love, there's Swami. And Swami came to me before I became a Sai devotee. But at that time, I didn't know Swami was God, but it was already there. So, and when I was a small child, I was very religious. So I had to think about God a lot. I see God in nature also, people, and how they sacrifice their life for the children, for everybody. Even my friends, they're very good. And my relations also. I'm always grateful to the Swami for giving good family and friends and all. They all showed the unconditional love when I was in a very bad position. They all came to help me. That's what I feel. Even now, whatever I say, it's Swami in everybody. That's why I don't get into argument or quarrel. I keep silent. But I will always tell my point of view. That is clear. Yes, I see Swami in every day, in everything. And Swami is always with me. I can feel that. So that is enough. I think Swami is there with me, and I'm able to see everything in Swami. At the same time, once I also try to know whether God exists now at this time. Because I read a book, Maha Bhakta Vijaya, about Panduranga. So about Kabir Dasa, Tulasi Dasa, and so many, Mahirabai and all. So I thought if God was there at that time, he must be here also now. Then I didn't know about Swami. So I tried to test, challenge God. If he's there, he'll come and do something to me. So one day what I thought was, I won't eat today anything, any food or anything. If there is God, he will send me food. And I won't eat anything that is cooked at home. I didn't tell anybody. Even I didn't drink water. So I decided, I didn't tell anybody, I didn't eat or drink anything. And time was passing. And it came 12 o'clock, I was hungry because we used to eat at time, 7:30 breakfast, 12 to 1 lunch, 3 o'clock tea, 7 o'clock dinner, like that. My father was very strict and very disciplined. So I was really hungry. Then at the same time, I used to think, who am I to challenge God? Well, I'm just a dust. But still something was telling, no, you try like that. So it was 3 o'clock, nothing. Then 4 o'clock, One of my auntie had sent something. It was cutlet, which I like very much, fish cutlet. I didn't eat. I thought God won't send me fish cutlet. So I know I didn't eat that. So time was going on. Then 6 o'clock, I was really hungry. Oh, terrible, it was terrible. I couldn't tell anybody about it. What I did was I went to the shrine room. I lit the lamp and started to cry. Tears was pouring. And I was crying, sobbing. Then somebody called my name, Raji. And to see my grandmother. She had come. And she had got prasadam from the temple itself. I was shocked. I never expected that. It was too much, I thought. From the temple, you say I got prasadam, and I was very happy. And all. So from that day, I had full faith in God. I already had, but made me. I was so confident now, and from that day, I'm free. I'm free. I'm not worried about anything. Whatever comes, I'll face and do. This is what my experience was. First Swami came to me. Somebody gave a small photograph. It is only 1.5 inches, black and white, Ananda sign. But I was reluctant to keep that in the shrine room. All goddess and goddess are there to keep this. But I kept. Also, I am the one who cleans the shrine room and do everything. Like, okay, Sai Ram. So it will go on if I start saying Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you, Sister Raji. Yeah, for your sharing. Finally you realize, Swami is in everyone, and I know Swami did send you a prasadam from the temple. Thank you for your sharing. Now I would like to call on Brother Billy. Brother Billy? Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Sister Mei-Ling. Can you hear me?
Yes, can.
All right. So the question is, how do you see and recognize Sai in your relatives, friends, and all those you meet? How? Okay. So what change would this bring to how you respond to that? Okay. So recognizing the divinity in our relatives, friends, and everyone we meet is both a spiritual practice and a way of transforming how we see the world. Okay, so Sathya Sai Baba had frequently emphasized that divinity is inherent in all beings. But to truly see it, we must purify our vision and make sure that our heart, the thought, words, and deeds are in alignment. Okay, so there are 6 steps. There are 6 steps, okay? Step number 1 is change our vision, okay, from outside vision to inner vision, okay? What is meant by this? Okay, I will elaborate on this later. Number 2, practice loving awareness. Okay, I will elaborate on this later on. Number 3, daily reminders of this unity, the Sai is in all of us. Number 4, silent observation and acceptance. Number 5, seva, okay, selfless service. Number 6, meditation and introspection. Okay, so let me go into each one of these 6 steps and elaborate a bit on this, okay? So we should change our vision from outer to inner. Now, we often look at people through the lens of roles, appearances, past actions, or our preference. Okay, to see their divine essence, we must look beyond this. See not the body, but the spirit. See not the flaws, but the potential for goodness. See not the ego, but the Atma or the divine self that resides within. So this is where Swami has said, okay, do not look at the faults of others. Look at your own faults. Learn to see God in all. So normally we when someone make a mistake, we always pinpoint on it, or shouldn't be. But this is a typical human nature, it's this guy, how can he make such a mistake? Because we must understand that everyone make mistakes. No one in the world do not make mistakes. So as much as we ourselves also make mistakes, we must learn to forgive ourselves and also to forgive others. All right. And therefore, one of the common traits of human being is to, because we look at the faults of others, we like to talk bad about others. So this is something which Swami is very much against. So Swami had put this in the 9-point code of conduct. Do not talk bad about others, especially behind the back. And because if you talk bad about others, we are separating, ourselves with them already. In fact, Swami is so serious about this, us following this rule, that he said that if someone talk bad about another fella, give him one tight slap. Okay. All right. So, so this has got to be a kind of sadhana. So this is vision, change your vision from outer to inner. Okay. Any questions on this or any comments on this before I move on to the next one?
Yeah, Billy, the question is, sometimes certain, a lot of different people come to our center. Some are good, some are no good. So doesn't mean that we know the person got ulterior objective. We cannot say that he is a good person. Or can we inform others that we have to watch out? By saying watching out, does it mean we are finding fault in others?
Yeah, as much as we would like to see the God in everyone, we should follow ABC. Always be careful. So means always be careful. All right. So because everyone is in the process of transformation. So always be careful. Okay.
Yeah, that is a good answer. The thing is, we do need to inform others. Actually, it's not finding fault with others. It's just to warn others to be more careful on it. That one thing we have to be very clear. Yeah, Sarah.
That's right. And I think it's also our duty to make sure that order, discipline is being maintained. Dharma, must be followed. All right. So as much as we like to see people, as God, but we need to follow the discipline. Okay. And the thing is that here say we look at people through the lens of rules, appearances, past actions. Okay. Hey, the guy, he makes a mistake. So we cannot pinpoint on him that he will not change, you see. So if we do this, then the person will find it difficult to transform. I think everyone get involved in the organization to evolve. Okay, so we should encourage people to be involved so that they can evolve. All right. Any other comments on this before we move on?
There's good and bad in each and every one. You see the good side, the positive side. Therefore, you love
yes.
all the world. Yes. There's nobody really 100% bad or 100% good. Saira.
Thank you, sister. So this is where, like just now, the brother James talk about, people get angry very fast. Okay, so one of the reason is that because why? Because of food. Imagine a group of people going to a restaurant and the cook is very angry. So because of that, the vibrations, the anger vibrations goes into the person. And if let's say you keep going to the restaurant every day for your meals and all, somehow or other your mind becomes polluted with the anger vibration. So I remember one Sai says, "Hey, I don't know why I always get very," the Chinese they say very 忙张, So it could be due to what they call food. So we got to be very careful with our environment. So Swami said, okay, be vegetarian. Okay. So one way for us to transform is be vegetarian, because if we are not vegetarian, then we are eating the animal qualities. We are absorbing the animal qualities in us. Okay. For example, when they kill a chicken, or other animals, the fear is in the animal, the anger is in the animal. So we absorb all these things. Okay. So Swami has given us many guidelines as to how to develop this inner vision. Okay. Now next.
Billy, sorry. Just
Yeah.
I said being vegetarian is good. It only solve half the problem only, Because why? Sometimes the vegetarian restaurant and all that, if the staff or if the cook got a lot of anger, attitude problem, it also affect you. Right? As you say, the food we take, but the attitude, character, the environment of the restaurant is also important. I've been to one restaurant, actually, you just don't want to go in, My wife also felt the same thing. Why we eat the food here? So terrible. Then we found that the attitude, the anger, a lot inside in there. So we just cannot take the vegetarian food. It's a good choice, but then we still have to be careful also.
Sairam,
in fact,
Brother
Swami,
James. Sairam, Brother James. I just heard that what you just said. Supposing for, when you just before you have your meal, will chanting the food mantra help to sort of mitigate a bit of those negative vibrations in the food? I mean, will it help or not? I mean, it won't completely remove the negative vibrations, but will it help?
Actually, I did chant the food prayers. We do chant that. So what happened is the food was not good, and then we felt very bad eating it, but we were still calm. That I think the food prayer helped. But you won't go in again. You won't go to the same restaurant again. But it helps us to go through, because why? You pay money and it's not cheap, and then you get the food, and then the vibration was so bad. I think the food prayer helps us to be calm and just take the food and then let go.
Okay, thanks, Sister Gita, for your comment. In fact, Swami, as far as possible, Swami does not like us to eat out, Because Swami say, when you eat out, how do you know that the food is obtained through proper means, okay? The utensils are clean, has not been used to cook meat, How do you know that the cook temperament is good? Even the cook temperament is good, the person who serve, you may not have good temperament. So these people will affect you. And how about the other, what they call customers on the next table, the vibration, okay? So as far as possible, we should always try to eat in, okay? When there's no choice, then you eat out, then the food prayer is one way to help us to mitigate this thing, okay? So unless we have, our mind is calm, it's very difficult to recognize God in others, okay? Because if our mind is full of negative vibrations of anger, okay? So how do we see Sai in our relatives, friends, Okay, any other comments? Okay. Then practice loving awareness to try to develop an inner attitude of love and respect for all beings, regardless of how they treat you or how you feel, okay? So cultivate friendliness, karuna, compassion, and mudita, joy in others' happiness. All right. Now remember that even the difficult people in our lives are instrument helping us to grow spiritually. Okay. So when we are in a situation where people talk bad about us, slander us, okay. So it could be that there's some lessons for us to learn. All right. And one thing here about joy in other people's happiness. Okay. So Swami has said a lot about anger and jealousy. Okay. This is a bad quality that's also happened, everyone has got this, even sages, So practice loving awareness is a form of individual sadhana to help us to purify ourselves. Because if we have got negative qualities, we won't be able to see the goodness in others, the divine in others. Okay. Comment on the others. Yeah. Yes, Praji.
Yeah. There is one thing very interesting. I still cannot understand. Maybe some of the Hindus, brothers and sisters, can answer this. I remember in the Pandavas case, it's written there's one saint who is full of anger. I think it's Pandavas, correct me if I'm wrong. And then what happened? They were in the forest. They I think just eaten the food, So the Pandava, I think the queen, the mother have cooked all the food, ate early, something like that. And there was no, nothing. And this saint supposed to come. We call it saint. I think called a sage come, who's full of anger. If you don't serve him, he will curse you, How do you explain this situation? Can somebody talk about this story? And why he's called sage when he's so much anger? Sairam.
Okay, this is an interesting story. Okay. What is the name of the sage, Brother James?
Durvasa Muniva. Durvasa
Muniva.
Muniva.
Sister, no.
Durvasa Muniva.
So how the story go, actually?
Actually, to my understanding, Gaurava sent the Durvasa Muniva with his disciples go to the difficult time where Pandavas in the jungle. And this Durvasa Muniva, if he curse somebody, it will happen. So people are risk. That's why Durvasa, the whatever he says will happen. So he went, Kauravas knows very well Pandavas in difficulty in food and all. So he sent them go to the jungle to meet this Kauravas. So when he went there with the disciples, no food left. Everything's over. So what do you call, Draupadi already put a vessel upside down, no food, nothing. When they went, they said they will go and have a bath in the river and come back soon for the meal. So this is what I understand. Then once they left for the bath, then the Kauravas, the brothers, all worried because when there is no food to give him, sure he is going to curse. So the curse will affect them. So at the same time, this Draupadi, she was calling for Krishna, please come and help. Yeah, he's a Abad Pandava. So Krishna came, he asked to take the vessels. And then there is left one small piece of one rice. So he take that one small rice and he put in the mouth. He said, I'm very full, and he just walk off. So this really made the Draupadi and the other Pandavas surprised. But at the same time, the Durvasa Muniva and the disciples went to the sea, river to take bath. When Krishna was full of satisfied with the food, one rice. So everybody, the stomach was full. So they didn't want to take a rice. They came back and they said, never mind, we are very full, we're happy. So we're going back, and they went back. Instead of cursing them, he praised them, wished them the best, and went off. That's what I understand. So that curse become a well-wish to the Pandavas. Because of God, we serve food, we pray every time, we serve the pranayasva, apanayasva, all this, is God will be very happy. That's what my understanding. Sairam.
Thank you, Brother Govind.
The question is...
Hello, Billy.
Yes,
Can I
yes.
share something?
Sure. Salam, Sister Saras. Yeah.
Yeah, I was teaching in a kindergarten, and though I was teaching in the kindergarten as my job, but I used to teach EHV classes in about 5 or 6 in a week, and I know I was in the class. That boy was so naughty. He was bullying the other boy. I held him by the shoulder and shaking him. And then I realized I was getting so angry with myself. So I let go of him and I prayed to Swami, please help me. I'm getting angry. Mentally, I was praying, please help me. I'm getting angry. I let go of him. Then when I went to Puttaparthi during the holidays, Swami called my group, And the first thing that he told me was, he told me, when you get angry, you can show it on your face. Then he tapped his chest and said, here it must be cool. And then he showed me even how to hit them. He cupped his hand and hit it on his thigh to show me that you must have, you can show anger, but don't let it go into your heart or anything, by your actions, But it even told me how to hit them. It was so surprising. So I was thinking, where am I in KL, in a classroom, and at the time of when I really needed him, and I'm asking him, please help me here. When I went back, the first thing that he called me, and he told me this story. Told me not, you can get angry, show it in your face, but he touched his chest and said, here it must be cool. So I said, but being a Balvikas Guru and EHV Guru, I used to go and teach in so many places. I've been repeating this lesson so many times. And when I do anything, which is against my Swami's teaching and what I've been teaching the children, it affects me so much. I plead to him, help me at the time. And he has never let me down. And even but actually you can plant the good values in the children. I was teaching the 6-year-olds, the 3-year-olds, they have classes, they have a nature table, and they'll bring all sorts of insects, caterpillar, life in the morning. At the end of the day, it'll be in the waste paper basket. So I told the teacher, why won't you take this dead caterpillar, go under the tree and bury it and say a prayer? So the next day I saw the children were under a tree. Then I asked them, where did you all go? Oh, we went to bury the caterpillar. We had a service for it. I said, what did you do? I said, the caterpillar must be, God, please take care of him. He's, and they were praying at him. Then the next morning, I was waiting in the porch, and the little girl came with a bunch of flowers, asked her, is it for your teacher? She said, no, it is for the caterpillar grave. So I was so taken up by what even a little thing like that can implant good thoughts in the children. Thank you, Brother Sairam.
Thank you, Sister Saras, for your very inspiring sharing. Okay, Brother James, you want to say something, this one?
Yeah, just now I was talking about the sage who can curse with his anger. The question is, I thought being spiritual, not only a sage, being a spiritual person, anger is the first enemy in us we are supposed to get rid of it. But then we have a sage who can curse, and it will happen, whatever he cursed. So how do you explain this? Why is this sage with anger and is called a sage? There must be something that he has done, and it must be of certain reason why he is highly respected or something like that. I'm not sure about himself, but I just cannot understand his anger, his curse, and being a sage. Can somebody explain?
Yes, any sharing from the others?
Sairam, This is Winnie. Can I just give a brief sharing on this? Those that can serve, those we call them sages, they have many, many levels. Those that curse and have anger within them, they are not fully enlightened. This is what I understood. So from a stage, they still have many, many levels to go up until they are fully detached. That means they become empty of defilement. That means they have attained the original self, which is the Atma. This is what I understood. That's what I want to say. That's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Sister Winnie. You're here for first time?
Yes, by invitation of Brother James. Thank you.
Oh, okay. Welcome. Okay, sister. So we hope subsequent Tuesday satsang you will join us. Okay.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right.
But
Okay.
Thank you, sister. Anyway, any Hindu brother or sister can explain this. I think she's more on the Buddhist side of explaining that we can understand and accept a bit. How about the Hindu side about this stage?
Yeah. So I think no. So everyone is in a what they call practice of sadhana. So you reach a certain level where you may acquire certain siddhic powers, but then the past vasanas are still there. So maybe the siddhic power is there, but then the vasanas is there of anger. So that's why the so-called sage, like what Sister Winnie was saying, that different levels, So so-called sage may not be a
Enlightened,
saint
not
itself.
enlightened yet,
Yeah.
not fully enlightened, I would say.
Not fully enlightened, not fully enlightened. No. So like this practice loving awareness, I feel is some kind of a reverse engineering. That when you say recognize the divinity in us, when you say divinity is nothing but love. So how do you recognize this love? Is to practice friendliness, compassion. When you do this, you are actually connecting, what you are practicing to realize the inner self. So this kind of reverse engineering. Okay. I think, and the second part is where difficult people are actually they are a blessing to us. Bless those who come and hurt us, because they give us an opportunity to practice patience, forbearance, forgiveness. Okay. All right. Shall we move on to the next one?
On that one part, I just want to inform that any bout of anger, Baba said once that if you do japam and the merits are accumulated, say you do japa for 3 months and you have accumulated the merits of that japa recital for 3 months, every bout of anger that you have will destroy the merits of 3 months of japa accumulation, every bout of anger. That means once you get angry or once you get agitated or angry, bout of anger, 3 months of karmic merits that you have accumulated as a result of your japam will go. This is what Swami said. So, meaning to say that every time, that's why even the sages also, every time they have a bout of anger, they recline and then they go and do intense meditation and tapas because they lost some merit points. So it is necessary to make sure that we become vigilant and don't lose our anger.
Okay. Okay. Now let's move on to the next one. Okay. Number 3, daily reminders of unity. Okay. This is part of spiritual practice. Okay. The discipline. Okay. Reinforce the understanding that all are one and divinity dwells in all. Use affirmation like the same divine light that shines in me, shines in all. I serve the God in others with the God in me. Okay. And then, whenever we see someone in the center, we put our hands together, the namaste, and say Sai Ram, okay? So the namaste gesture, okay, literally means I bow to the divine in you. So this is part of the how, okay, the daily reminder, okay? So these affirmations are very important. Okay, so do we practice daily affirmations and all? All right, now next.
Maybe like brothers and sisters, we always say Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Whenever we meet Om Sai Ram, actually it's pressing to the others. You know, the first thing we mean is Om Sai Ram or Sai Ram. So we are happy to say because it's a blessing to our friends that we are meeting. Sai Ram.
But the word
Okay.
full awareness is very important, I think.
Full awareness, full awareness. You must do
When
it
when we say some namaste or Sai Ram, with the full awareness is the most important part, I think. Sometimes we feel that we just, yeah.
Yeah, So this is where mindfulness is very important. Mindfulness, okay. Now it's an opportunity for me to practice, what they call recognizing the divine in others.
Actually, Billy, you agree that the full awareness is mindfulness is basically the same or similar in that way?
I think in a way it's similar, full awareness. Always be mindful of every thought, every moment. That we are here to evolve, we are here to evolve. And this is where during the light meditation, as we pass on the light from our heart to others, okay? So this is important. We can practice this during our light meditation, okay? By the way, wonder any of you are aware that every Monday morning, we have got this, we call it a Monday morning, Monday morning meditation from 5:30 a.m., 5:30 a.m. to 6 a.m., okay? So we used to pull up notices, okay? Those of you who want to attend this, okay, just join in, okay? So in the group meditation, the vibration is there that helps to, us to really evolve, okay? So I think Brother Govind, you're one of the regular attendee, right?
Yes, brother.
Yeah. So a number of you are here, are regular attendees. So it's good to join in the group meditation. Okay. Now next, okay, silence, observation, and acceptance. Whenever you feel upset, okay, annoyed, or judgmental towards someone, pause. Ask yourself, okay, what divine lesson is this soul teaching me right now? Recognize that their outer behavior may be a mask, and behind it is the same spark of God. All right. So every one of us goes through different conditioning in our life. Okay. Some are born in harsh, very harsh, conditions. Okay. Where so we learn to. That's why we recognize that the outer behavior may be a mask. And like what Dr. Suresh mentioned just now, okay, you're feeling agitated. Hey, why am I feeling like this? Why am I feeling agitated? Why am I feeling angry? Okay, so this is what is meant by silent observation and acceptance. Okay, this is also a practice of being mindful. Okay, or if you don't be judgmental towards someone. Okay, that person is doing this. Okay, but everyone make mistake in life. So as much as we also make mistake, learn to forgive ourselves, learn to forgive others. Okay, selfless service. Okay, Serving others is one of the highest way to experience divinity in them. Okay, when you serve the hungry, comfort the sick, help a friend, feel that you are serving God in that form. Okay, Sri Ramakrishna said that Shiva Jane Shiva Seva. Okay, serve all beings as manifestation of Shiva, God. All right. So that's why in the Sai organization, okay, bhajan is number one, service is number two. The third thing is practice human values. Okay. So again, I believe that selfless service is a kind of reverse engineering, you know, to help us to tap the goodness in us, the divine in us. All right. So the sixth step is meditation and introspection. So spend time each day in silence or meditation. Focus on the unity of all existence. Okay. So sometimes it's good to go to the garden. Okay. Look at the plant. Look at the grass. Look at the flower. They are not just static things. There's life energy in them. Okay. So then you feel that there's life, there's divinity in every blade of grass, every plant, every flower, you know. So similarly, when you see others, there is also divinity in them. Okay. So sometimes it's good to what they call focus on yourself. Okay, my heart is beating. There's a kind of energy running through us, okay? This energy make us salivate, okay? Make our blood flow, okay, at a certain rate, make our heart beat at a certain number of beats, okay? It makes our nails grow, it makes our hair grow, you know? It makes the body cells rejuvenate itself, okay? So this energy itself is divinity, is God. Okay, so if we want to really realize God, just observe ourselves. Again, I'm breathing, okay? Can you control your breathing? You just breathe, you know? If you don't breathe, then you just fall down and collapse and just pass on, okay? So, experience the divinity in us, and then, you know, and then if there's this energy in us, this energy is also present in everyone. So this is where, you know, there's God in everyone, okay? Through this focus on unity of existence, okay? And then visualize everyone you know as point of light, connected by one great divine light. So this is when we do our light meditation, we always, you know, pass on the light to others. And we should always reflect, okay, who am I to judge another when we are all waves of the same ocean, okay? So this is something we need to practice. We need to remind ourselves, okay? Well, sometimes we are a bit judgmental, okay? Somebody say, don't judge others. Now, in summary, okay, to see the divine in others, we must first awaken the divine in ourselves. Okay, so unless we are awakened to the divinity inside us, we cannot see the divine in others. Okay, so by purifying our heart, cultivating inner love, and seeing with spiritual eyes, we begin to recognize that the friends who smile at us, the relative who annoy us, and the stranger we pass on the streets, all are God in disguise. Okay, and Swami has always, you know, in his discourses, he always starts his discourse by saying, Atmasrupa, Premasrupa, you know, to awaken us, you know, to tell them, hey, you are divine, you are love. Okay, so we should constantly remind ourselves on this. Okay, all right, so we have another 4 more minutes, so I think I shall stop here and pass on back to Dr. Suresh.
Thank you,
because we-
Billy.
Yeah.
Thank you, Billy. So I just want to know these statements that you have just mentioned, or like awareness. Where is the source? Where do you pick it up? What is the source?
Yeah, you see, this is something which I gathered from what they call using AI, using AI,
Okay.
Yeah, right.
Okay, very nice, but very, very thoughtful. Very nice. Anybody wants to make any comments last minute?
Yeah, I just want to add a point here where really talk about being annoyed, or you don't feel nice. I think many of us practice this. When we don't feel nice, feeling unhappy or annoyed, normally what we can do is just silence is one of the first things we have to do. Then we can do some chanting or talk to Swami. That will minimize the anger or the unhappiness in us. I hope everyone can practice this also.
Sairam, me. Okay. So I hope thank you so much for being here. I also hope that we take heed of Brother Manoj's invitation to register for the camp. Please register, because then we'll know the numbers that are coming in, help to cater for food and so on. The form has been given, so maybe after this, please try and register. Most people, what they do is they always keep to the last minute, but help us to register as many as you can. It'll be a very interesting session, so don't miss it. Yeah. Okay. With these few words, thank you so much for being here this week. Until we meet again next week, Saira.
Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Saram, and thank you, everyone. So next week we'll look at question number 2. Okay, how has teaching
Sairam,
that
thank you.
oneself in all transform your life this far? Okay. Saram, and thank you.
Sairam, thank you.
Sai Ram, and thank you.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
Good night.